So race day, it's just wonderful enough just to say that race day is approaching, because it's been since December our last triathlon, but our actual last running race was almost a year ago.
Yeah, so we're celebrating race week. I told Caitlin a couple days ago that it's race week, and she's like, yeah, it is. We haven't really had an opportunity to get so excited too much in the last year, and the fact that it's a running race, and we thought everything running related was going to be canceled this year, and to have this opportunity, and we are so eager to get to Saturday, get to the start line, and see what we have on the day.
Just like always, big goals for every race we do, and goal for this race is to, of course, PR. So looking for a 4-minute PR for this particular 13.1 miles, and if things go smoothly and day plays out how I hope it will, I think that's in the cards.
Yeah, certainly want a PR. When we started training for this, that was what the target was. That's what Natasha said, is you're training to get your half marathon PR. And, you know, we've had some ups and downs in training, and I still think we're in a good position that a PR is going to go down, whether it be by 4 seconds or hopefully 4 minutes, or maybe even 6 minutes if it's a perfect day out there. That's absolutely going to be what we look forward to, is seeing how close we can come to really knocking that half marathon time down. It took us forever, I think, in our running careers to get under 2 hours. We tried so hard so many times, and then we finally got under the 2-hour mark, and we've done it a couple times, but now it's time to start chipping away at it and really knock those times down and get ourselves up to the level that we really want to be as more elite athletes.
I think a successful race would just being able to get out there and compete, not necessarily competing with the others around us, but just competing with ourselves, and, you know, pushing past whatever mind game we might play at the moment. You know, that's always a big part of any race you do. You know, your mind's gonna throw different thoughts at you, and you gotta learn to get past that and move on and show yourself that you're bigger than your mind.
A successful race for me is A, getting to the start line, and B, getting to the finish line. And of course, everything that happens in the middle and ultimately a PR, that's going to be a successful day. But like we said, you know, just the fact that we're privileged enough to have the opportunity to race, to be a part of this group that's getting to race, you know, a small group of people because of the situation that we're in. You know, we're just very fortunate, and I just say getting out there and being on the course and seeing what it has to offer, that's a successful day for me.
So there's been a couple hurdles, one for each of us. I think y'all are probably all aware of Tiffany's hamstring hurdle, but probably not so public. I actually had my own little hurdle of myself 2-3 weeks ago. I had a can fall on my ankle. You know, I didn't think anything of it at the time, but then about a week later, it kind of moved into my foot and created some real foot pain. I actually took a couple of runs off that I did not do. With time and ice, it's slowly getting better, and so I think I'll be ready for race day.
I don't think the injury that Caitlin has slowed her down one bit. I'm going to say that she's looked amazing in all of the training runs and her long runs, so I can't wait to see what she has to do on race day. For me, the hamstring injury just came out of the blue. It's something that I had before, but the fact that it happened at a time when I'm at peak fitness was pretty much a big bummer. And I took exactly 7 days off between runs, which turned out to be perfect, and did everything I could as far as therapy was concerned. But it was hard not being out there with Caitlin and having to watch her go out the door and do her 13-mile run before work on a Wednesday, and to do the runs that I couldn't do. Now, of course, I was able to pivot a little bit and do a little more biking and, of course, swimming. So I kept the fitness, I just wasn't impacting and doing the runs.
There were a few runs that I did have to do solo, and I have to say that was a weird experience, because all the years we've been together, we've done every single workout together. And that, I know that probably doesn't work well with some people, but for us, it works great. We empower each other along each workouts, and we put that into play in races. There's been races where Tiffany will pull me along in some spots, and not very often I'll have to pull her along, but because Tiffany's just amazing. You get her on race day and she's a beast.
No, it goes both ways. She pulls me more than she even knows, but yeah, we definitely play off each other, and it's a huge help. I mean, it's part of what we do, and it's how much we enjoy being together and challenging ourselves and supporting one another. I was really nervous before I did the first run where I was healthy, because that was going to be do or die. Whether or not I could run on that day, because it was 2 weeks out from race day, was going to be the decision of, are you going to run this race or are we going to pull it off? Everything's been good so far. I feel pretty fresh. I feel pretty strong. Again, I don't know if the PR is going to happen because of that, but I still feel confident that I can do my best on the day. And if that is a PR, then I'll take it every single time. The most important race is the next race. It's what's right in front of you. You can't go looking at what's gonna happen or not happen in March, or what's not gonna or possibly happen in May. You've gotta be ready for the race that's in front of you, because that's the opportunity.
This race isn't being offered to the general public, so we're very honored to be a part of this small group that's taking place in this race. And we're not taking it for granted, and we're gonna put it all out there.
Runner set.